So this is the third video in this 7-part series, and this is about how your body needs to move in the golf swing. I'm going to show you a simple drill where you can actually measure it, because a saying that I like to use, if you can measure it, you can change it. If you don't know how your body's moving, how can you ever improve on that? So this is a very simple drill that I'll show you how to measure the amount that your body needs to turn and how your weight should transfer during the golf swing. As a right-handed golfer, what I've done now is I've got two I'm going to call them alignment rods really. One's a golf club and one's an alignment stick, but just to demonstrate how your body needs to move in the golf swing. So this one is going to go to the inside of my right foot, and this one is going to go to the outside of my left foot. Doesn't have to be perfectly next to your feet, but very close is a good idea. So let's say we've got into that really good posture, and I've got a 7-iron here, so I'm going to get into an imaginary 7-iron posture. So what we're not doing is doing this bolt upright. We're going to do this in a proper posture. What I'm going to do now is put this club across my shoulders, and I'm just crossing my arms over. So I'm bending into good posture. Now what we're looking to achieve here is my right hip, my right shoulder is going to turn back on itself. But because I'm not stood upright, there will be a slight angle in the shoulder line. So I'm into my good posture, and all I'm going to do is turn my right hip, my right shoulder until these two clubs line up. Now what I've allowed to happen is my left heel is moving nice and freely. I'm not keeping that pinned to the floor, and all I'm doing is turning my right hip, my right shoulder. So these two have lined up from where I'm stood. Now what's also happened from here is I've got a weight transfer, so I can feel pressure on my right leg. What we wouldn't do is keep the weight on your left leg, because if we can get behind the object ball, we can then use that to deliver some power. So we've got a turn and what I call a weight transfer. Now if you imagine a spring, the bottom of your spring is your feet, the top's your head, we're just twisting it, we're creating the power. Now you could get a little bit technical. It's called a spiral dynamic movement, but if you wanted to research that, you're more than welcome, but you don't need to worry about it. It's just important that I explain to you how your body is designed to move. So we really want it to turn. So right hip, right shoulder turns this way. So I've got a natural weight transfer in my backswing. Now what we want to do is transfer do the complete opposite. So I'm now going to turn in the other direction. And now these two clubs are lined up. Sorry, the club across my shoulders and the alignment rod across my left foot, they're now lined up again. So I've turned roughly 90 degrees in my backswing, allowed my left heel to move, and now I'm turning, weight transferring into the follow through. So I've got pretty much all my weight on my front foot, and I'm now facing the target. So if I just do this from face on, from this way, so what you'll see from this angle is there's a natural angle created in the shoulder line, and that's because we've bent the spine forward. So I've bent forward this way, so there'll be a natural angle here. As we come back to the golf ball and through to finish, then this will start to come up nice and straight. What we don't need to do is stay down here, because this puts a lot of pressure on your hip joint, on your lower back, and actually on your neck. This would cause a real issue in the golf swing. So we're just simply turning right, turning left, and now I'm nice and upright. So what I'm not trying to do is stay over the ball for too long, because that's going to have a horrible effect in your finish. So very, very simple. Turn right, turn left. Just show you this from face on. Turn right, turn left. Now we could practice that, but remember we're going to need to hold the golf club. So if I just try and keep that same kind of feeling, turning and turning, that's really going to kind of bring it all together. But in the next video we're going to talk about how the arms and wrists work in the golf swing to match that up with this body turn. But what I like to do, so you've got a good grip now, you're setting up to the golf ball correctly, and now you're learning to move your body correctly. Bang, bang. with a little bit of practice, this again will start to become quite a natural movement, because what we need to avoid is leaning forwards in the backswing and then leaning backwards in the through swing, because that way we'd never create any power. And let's think of this in a simple way. If I wanted to throw this golf club over there, I'll go behind and I can throw it forward with speed and with accuracy. But if I lean forward and then lean backwards to throw it, I'm never going to create any power in the golf swing. So practice this body motion, get really good at it, because we're going to apply this same motion to all the golf clubs in your bag. So it's really important that you practice this bit first, and in the next video I'll show you how to match the arms up with that body movement.